What are you going to do, mate? What are you going to do? I'll take you outside and I'll have lads waiting for you, mates.
You'll have lads waiting.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
So pipe down, little boy.
Little boy, round up your pussy mates now. I'll fight every single one of you one-on-one.
There's classic things that people will say in a bar, especially if they spill your drink. These are just stereotypical lines, a bit like a script. Someone spills your drink and the first thing you want to do is kick off with them. Although this is a fake video, it actually is a good example of what people actually say and do when they want to kick off in a bar. So let's dig into it because we can break down all the classic statements that you're gonna face in a bar.
Standing out, you little legs, giving it all mouth.
Little legs, all mouth.
Listen, there's no need to be a pal. I said I would not in you drink. I'm going to give you another pint, right? I'm getting another pint, that's it. No, mate, I don't want Watch what you're doing with your hands. Watch what you're doing with your hands. If you put your hands in my face,
what are you going to do, mate? What are you going to do? I'll take you outside and I'll have lads waiting for you, mates.
You'll have lads waiting.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
So the classic on this is I'm going to take you outside because I've got my mates outside. Well, look, if someone really wants to fight you, they're not going to take you outside. They're going to lamp you there and then. The funniest thing you can ever say to someone is, let's go outside. I had a friend once and someone said that to him. My friend said, no, let's do it here. If people really want to fight you, they're not going to ask you to go outside. They're going to do it there and then. So statements like that, you just have to brush aside.
So pipe down, little boy.
Little boy, round up your pussy mates now. I'll fight every single one of you one-on-one. How about that? You're laughing, but you've got no jaw, mate. I'll snap your jaw.
So this is a classic bluff. Get all your mates and I'll snap your jaw. This is a classic one-line that you'll hear in every bar all the time. Go get your mates. Because what you're doing is you're showing classic bravado that, quite frankly, you're not enough to deal with me. In the UK, we have a simple saying, you and whose army? And that's a classic call-out bluff every single time. And people believe it.
I'm telling you now.
Just one phone call.
Get this idiot a drink before I knock him out.
And the Capri Sun for the little boy, please, bartender.
Really?
Come on, mate, let's go outside.
Do you actually want to go outside?
Capri Sun is a drink for little boys. It's a good comeback. Does it happen in a bar? You've got to be pretty quick-witted and very sharp on the ball to come back with something like that. Yeah, it's an insult. Most people wouldn't actually use that insult in a bar fight. Yeah, they would call you outside, but would they say, order a little boy's drink? Nah.
Yeah, I do.
Lean in one more time. Come a bit closer.
Guys, it was over a bit. Let's all just chill out, shall we? Let's all just calm down. I'll give you a free bit. Don't worry about it.
Let's chill out, shall we? Just one phone call for you. You make as many phone calls as you want. I used to be a cage fighter, pal. I'm telling you now, I'll let you 9 times before you even realise what day it is.
Classic. I used to be a cage fighter. How many times have you heard people saying that? Look, at the end of the day, there are only so many people that compete. Logically, there aren't as many MMA fighters that are walking the streets as you think they are. And this is a classic bluff. I used to be an MMA fighter, and that's supposed to scare you. Logically, MMA is such a big buzz these days that the sheer phrase MMA strikes fear in a man's heart. And let's face it, anybody can say, especially if they've got some tats, I'm a cage fighter. If I was out, I'd call that BS, and I'd certainly call it a bluff. And so what if you are an MMA fighter? How far is that going to get you when someone puts a chair on the back of your head?
I'm telling you now, you're smiling now, wait, because when you lay down floor looking up at the stars begging me to stop smashing your face in, it'll be a different story.
Oh, getting up begging you for a ride.
Yeah, it would be.
I'm telling you now.
Come on, man. Come on,
anytime. Look like you've been to a gym in your life. Tell you what, if you've got a few beers in you and feel fight, I'll tell you what, you're going to learn you can't fight. I'm telling you now, you go outside, you will learn you can't fight. I'm telling you. That lovely little straight nose you've got here with plastered across your face. You've already got 2 black eyes because you look like you've never slept. And I'm telling you now, I'll put you to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah? So drink your drink, shut the up.
Alright.
We all good guys, yeah?
Yeah, we're sound.
I like the way he responded to that. He's called him out. He's basically said, look, mate, If you want to test me, I'm going to smack your face in and you're going to find out for real. You see, in most contexts, people do struggle because of adrenaline and all the stimuli that's going on around you. It's very difficult to coherently speak to people when you're in that state of mind. So you can tell this is by actors, but it does happen. People do say these sort of things. You want to test me? Let's go outside. I'm going to smash your face in. And when you wake up, you'll know who was the boss.
Yeah, like that now, you know. I might just suggest you just both like leave if that's alright.
Why should I? I'm not leaving. I've knocked a kid's drink over and asked him to buy him another, telling me why I should leave.
Just both of you leave if that's alright. There's no bounce on the door, so I can't forcibly remove you, but please can you both just leave?
Come on, little boy.
So the barman's asking you to leave.
So,
Does happen.
See you outside.
I'm gonna let him get out of his way because I'm telling you now. He's got no idea.
no, mate, no,
Your own mouth, mate. Your own mouth.
Give me 2 minutes.
Now, one.
It is a classic, actually. Everybody always says you don't know who you're messing with because people in their own mind have a bigger perception of what they can do and what their capability is than the reality. Now, I'm not saying there aren't dangerous people out there, but most people overinflate their own perception of their abilities to create a bluff to meet the threat that they're already dealing with. But either way, one of the key phrases that people always use is, you don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know who I am. And frankly, nobody does and nobody cares. I mean, look at me. I've got a YouTube channel and nobody cares what I can do.
you leave, please. Thank you.
Come on.
You leave, please.
So what's the takeaway? There are behavioral scripts that people follow, pattern of behavior. In psychology, we have what we call behavioral scripts, and that is an expected pattern of behavior according to the context of the event. So say, for example, you want to buy a drink. You walk up to the barman, you pay for it, you order it, they give you the drink. That is a script of behavior. What I'm suggesting is that violence also follows a behavioral script, and we can shortcut that by understanding what the behavioral script is and avoiding getting sucked into bother. Although played by actors, this is a good example of those behavioral scripts that play out in bars all around the world time and time again. So you can shortcut that and make your life a lot safer. Thanks for watching.